Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 31, 2023. And in the news this evening, St. Andrew South persons of interest not heeding calls to surrender so far. A day after the St. Andrew South Police Division issued a list of persons of interest and asked them to surrender, none has so far done so. The persons named are being sought for questioning in relation to a series of serious crimes committed in the police division. Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, commanding officer for St. Andrew South, again on Sunday morning, urged those listed to surrender to the Hunts Bay Criminal Investigative Branch by midday. 2 women are among those listed. They are Shanna K. Luke of Capture Land in Waterhouse, St. Andrew, who is wanted for robbery with aggravation, and another who goes by the name Moisha, who is wanted for murder. Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts told the news that the suspects were involved in a number of serious crimes in recent weeks. The other individuals listed are Queen Byfield, otherwise called Trey, Rashane Brissett, otherwise called Sulu, and Kadim Grosser. Also listed is a man known only by his alias Breda, another man known only as Jahim, Christopher McLean, otherwise called Frazel, Kevin Brown, and another person known only as Little King.
We're currently interested in a number of individuals deemed persons of interest in a series of violent-related incidents, to include murders and shootings, which have been occurring in various communities within the St. Andrew South space. These incidents have been occurring particularly during the last quarter of this year. We're also encouraging anyone, and this includes family members, with information pertaining to the whereabouts of these individuals to get in touch with the Hunts Bay CIB at 876-923-7111 or 119, or just visit your nearest police station.
Fisherman shot and killed in Russia, Westmoreland. After almost 2 years of relative peace, the volatile community of Russia in Westmoreland has been rocked by the murder of a fisherman and the wounding of another man Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as a 27-year-old Kemoy Wilson, otherwise called Moy, of Ricketts Street in the parish. The community has been under a zone of special operation since January 16, 2022, but that was not enough to deter gunmen from wreaking havoc just 24 hours before the end of the year. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 10:55 p.m., both men were standing on a section of the roadway when a black Toyota Voxy motorcar drove up and the 2 men alighted with handguns. The gunmen then opened fire at Wilson and the other man, who ran in separate directions. When the shooting subsided, both men were found suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital, where Wilson was pronounced dead and the other man is being treated. 2 teenagers died tragically during the Zoso in Russia last year. On June 30 of last year, 17-year-old Jerry Francis, otherwise called Jay, of Ricketts Street, was shot dead in a yard on Ricketts Avenue in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. This year, 13-year-old Kamoya Jenkinson was stabbed to death in Russia on Holy Thursday. She was visiting family for the holidays as she resided in St. James. Security guard gunned down in St. Anne. A security guard was shot and killed during a robbery in River Oaks, Hooteria, St. Anne on Saturday. He is 21-year-old Surrey Parson of Valley Bush in St. Mary. Reports from the St. Anne's Bay police are that about 11 p.m., Parson was at a premises with 4 other individuals when gunmen pounced upon them demanding money. When the demand wasn't met, the armed men reportedly opened gunfire, hitting Parson and another man. The men then proceeded to rob the individuals and they left with a sum of cash. The wounded people were taken to the hospital, where Parson was pronounced dead and the injured man admitted. Monica Hewitt, a resident of the area, said the killing has left the entire community in shock. She said the incident has brought the year to a dreadful end. Almost the last day of the year and a man died. It is rough. This is a time when people should be coming together and enjoying themselves, not killing off each other, she said. It happened before the new year, but it was almost like a bad start to the new year, because next year we are still going to be talking about this. Someone lost their life while the person wasn't even on the road. It is very troubling, she added. And while Hewitt did not know the deceased, she expressed that no one should lose his or her life defending what they worked to achieve. You work hard for your things and then somebody feel like they should come and take it like that. And they were never there when you were working for it. They're very out of order, she argued. She said that the perpetrators should be ashamed of themselves. Whosoever do this, your time is coming. God not sleeping, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Go and work like everybody else, or one day you will try to rob the wrong person, Hewitt said. Haitians picked up in Portland repatriated. The 10 Haitians who were picked up Saturday morning along a roadway in Hector's River, Portland, were sent home less than 8 hours after receiving medical treatment. The group was reportedly spotted by residents shortly after 6 a.m. walking along a roadway in the community, which is closer to the border of Portland and St. Thomas. The police were alerted and the Haitians were picked up and taken to the Port Antonio Hospital for medical treatment. Police sources have revealed that shortly after the group was provided with food, clothing, and personal items, they were sent back to their homeland aboard a Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard vessel. This is the fifth group of Haitians to have fled their war-torn homeland since July 2023 and have landed on Jamaica's shore in search of a better life after claiming that they are fleeing gang warfare, civil unrest, economic hardships, and starvation. The first batch of 37 Haitians, which landed in Jamaica in July, are currently being housed at a facility at Robbins Bay in St. Mary and are waiting to hear whether their asylum application will be granted or they will be sent back home. Port Morant Square flooded. Motorists traversing the Port Morant main road in St. Thomas are being advised to proceed with caution as the Port Morant Square is flooded following overnight rain. Small business owners who operate in the square are also appealing to the National Works Agency to improve the drainage capacity within the area. They are urging the NWA to construct the drains that are better able to channel floodwaters from the area. Cheryl, a vendor in Port Morant Square, told the news that she's frustrated as she has repeatedly suffered losses to flooding for several years. Small vehicles are advised to proceed with extreme care when traversing the area. UTech academic staff reportedly restive, students' union concerned about grades. The UTech Students' Union Council is expressing concern that a reported industrial action by academic staff at the university may result in delays, including the delivery of grades. There was no indication of the reason for the reported action by the workers. In a statement on Saturday, the body said it has made a contact with the necessary personnel to facilitate discussions aimed toward minimizing the negative effects as much as possible. It said it will provide students with additional details once it receives further information. NHD encourages caution in submitting refund applications to avoid scams. The National Housing Trust is encouraging qualified contributors to exercise caution when applying for their refunds, as unscrupulous persons may seek to perpetrate scams. The NHD will commence accepting applications for refund of contributions made in 2016 on January 1, 2024. Qualified contributors are being reminded that they may apply for refunds at any time during the year for contributions made in 2016 or earlier. In addition, the NHD will extend the cash refund granted to eligible public sector workers for the upcoming year. Further, existing mortgagors who received their loan directly from the NHD are being reminded that they will receive their contributions refunded as a credit to their mortgage account. Refund applications must be submitted exclusively online through the official NHD channels. These are the NHD website www.nhd.gov.jm, the NHD mobile app, and the NHD online portal online.nhd.gov.jm. The fund is advising contributors to exercise caution when applying online and ensure the use of secure official NHD platforms only. It noted that at the start of the new refund period, there is often an increase in fictitious communication purporting to be from the NHD. The NHD only sends a communication regarding successful refunds or requests for customer contact if there is a problem with the application submitted. Ignore unsolicited emails claiming to be from the NHD. Do not click on any links in emails that seem suspicious or ask for personal information. Official communication will guide you to secure NHD platforms. Official communication will guide you to the secure NHD platforms. It is therefore urging contributors to avoid third-party websites or unofficial channels. To prevent delays, the NHD is also encouraging applicants to ensure that they carefully input accurate information during the application process. Double-check details such as name, banking information, and the contribution history. Applicants must have their National Identification Scheme and the Taxpayer Registration Number cards readily available during the application process. Customers are being reminded that the service standard for the processing of contributions refund is 15 working days where the application was submitted correctly.